Hello, everyone. My name is Barbara Badalati, and I am the creator of Live Blissful and Blissful Business Mentorship. And you are here because of the amazing accounting program. And if you're like me or many other solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, this is one area that you just kind of want to avoid, or you gloss over, or you don't really want to deal with. And though it's a really important aspect of our business, we really do need to understand all aspects of accounting. So I created this program because there is a lot of fear and feeling unsettled and disorganized, confused. It's stressful. We just really don't have a good handle sometimes on all the different aspects of accounting. And so I wanted to create this for you. And as it was interesting, I got email from one of my clients, and it came from her accountant, and it said, I made the hard decision to switch all of my clients. Hi, I've made a hard decision to switch all of my clients to QuickBooks Online. And then she goes on to say syncing bank accounts, real-time and business books, reports when you need that, and so on. And my client sent this to me and said, is this a good thing? And I've been already working with her on just basic things like increasing her prices. What's her income? Can she decrease any of her expenses? What's her wealth consciousness, her prosperous money mindset, all of that. So we've already been working on some of the aspects of accounting. And I really want her to feel in control and being savvy about her business. And so I'm glad that she emailed me. But once again, I just thought this is so important for all of us to know about it. Unless, of course, you're an entrepreneur that's an accountant or a bookkeeper. If that's your business, then you probably absolutely love this. And so I want to demystify. So I have my little wand. So we're going to demystify all of this confusion, this stress. Should I file taxes? What should I file? How much should I put aside? All of those kinds of questions. What's a chart of accounts? What expenses should I be accounting for? There's so many things to know. So what I did was I went and found my bookkeeper. Took me a while to find a bookkeeper that I really felt in alignment with. And what I like about Emily Ziegler is that she's very spiritual and really has that whole wealth consciousness practice. So we aligned together in that way. And I really wanted all of us to feel levitated from knowing our bookkeeping. And so Emily's going to be on the call week 1 or session 1. And she's going to go through things like the general ledger, the chart of accounts, which are the different expenses, and things like I was confused about, does my website go under advertising, or does it go under utilities, or what chart of accounts do I put that in? And then even advertising, there might be several different components of advertising. Do I put them all into advertising, or do I create subfolders, if you will? So those are the kinds of things, again, that she's going to demystify for us to help clear it so that you really know what you're supposed to do. Also, the other thing I like about Emily is that, just like everything that we do, whether it's a yoga class or our business or relationships that we're in, it shouldn't be forceful. It shouldn't be difficult. So she's going to help us find what is the best system, what's the best software, what's the best way for accounting the things that we have to do in our business to fit us. Like I told people when I teach yoga, you're not supposed to fit into a yoga pose. You're supposed to allow the yoga pose to fit you. So the same premise. So again, mileage, what about mileage and travel expenses and reconciliations and so on, bookkeeping, the software for that. So, and then too, the nice thing about these programs or those Zoom or calls is that you can ask questions that you want to know specifically for you. So we're going to give time for question and answers as well. So if anything comes up anytime throughout any of the weeks, just send me an email, and then I'll make sure that Emily is not only prepared, although she could probably talk off the top of her head, but also there might be something where you think of it after the week that she's already presented, and then we can go ahead and ask her if she'd be willing to answer that and get in touch with you. And then I found this amazing CPA. Now, a CPA is a certified public accountant, a little bit different than an accountant, because an accountant actually, a CPA actually will represent you if you're audited by the IRS with your books. They're more expensive, but I've used a CPA most of my 30+ year business career, and it really does make a difference, and they know their stuff. And so I was talking to Jocelyn and asking her if she'd be willing to be on this program, and she said, I love talking about taxes. And I was like, okay, you're hired, because that's exactly what we want. We want somebody that embraces their passion, their career, their livelihood, their business, just like we embrace and are passionate about what we do in our business. So she's going to talk about licenses that you need to have, city, state, and maybe even in federal taxes, but also maybe even county. You might have to pay those. I found out too from her that I can work in one city, like the city of Seattle, but if I work in another city like Bellevue, Kirkland, other cities that are outside of my immediate city I live in or work from, that I also have to pay those taxes. Now, is ignorance bliss? No pun intended. Possibly, but I do feel that there's a sense of confidence and empowerment, and that underlines safety and security when you know you're doing things correctly and you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's, especially when it comes to numbers and accounting, because they don't fudge too much at all. I did have one person, it was interesting. He was a businessman. This is maybe 20 years ago. And I was talking to him about accounting. And he said, well, you don't have to be too organized. And I thought, okay, I'm not sure I wanted to subscribe to that. So again, Jocelyn's going to be able to answer any questions that you have. And then also making sure that you have the correct deductions. I was just talking to somebody recently who is writing off her pedicures because she's a yoga teacher. And again, I said, I don't know, but we should ask Jocelyn if that's on the up and up, because it sounds like it's a personal expense and you could probably get away with it. But what happens if you get audited? And so sure enough, Jocelyn said, no, that is not a business expense, a pedicure. Just because people see your toes in a yoga class does not mean that's a business expense. So little things like that, where it could be a gray area that you need more clarification, then Jocelyn will be able to answer that. And also she has a schedule for when you need to file what. So I know for me, there are certain things I need to file being a business in the city of Seattle and in the state of Washington, and also scheduling my quarterly taxes. So those again are things that I have them scheduled because I had an expert tell me when I need to be aware of those. So one, I can financially prepare for it so I don't have any surprises. We don't like those. And also so that I feel on top of it. You know, I'm in charge of my business. I don't have any surprises or any questions. I know what I'm supposed to do. And of course, I've been doing it for a long time as well. But it really will make a difference, because that level of knowing and security is going to allow your energy to be in other places of your business. You're not going to have that voice in the back of your head saying, am I supposed to be doing something? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. So this way you'll have all that cleared up. And then ta-da, then the last couple of sessions, the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing all kinds of things on basic banking and credit cards and creating profit and your wealth consciousness and your worthiness. I was going through Kate Northrup's money quiz, which is on the Prosperous Money Mindset program that Carol and I actually did last month. And these are a couple of questions. Within $100, how much do you know that you spent last month? Within $100, do you know how much you made last month? Do you have a savings account, a checking account? Are they separate from your business? How are you putting money aside for taxes? Are you doing it with joy and gratitude? Or is there any other emotions that are coming up that aren't serving you when it comes to paying bills, or when you get your credit card statement, or when you have an expense that you weren't planning for? So just those basic practical things when it comes to your business. Here's some more questions. Do you enjoy taking those financial actions? Do you check your investments? Do you have an investment account? Do you have a retirement account? Do you look at those? Do you have conversations with the right people about those? Do you enjoy what you do for a living? I mean, the work that you do is, of course, hopefully fulfilling, because then that feeds into this whole business and the aspect of accounting. Do you wake up at night, or do you wake up in the morning and that first thing comes to mind is you're worried or kind of sick about your finances? So those are some things we're going to be covering. And then how do you create more financial stability or more financial worth? It was interesting this morning. I had a breakdown, which always leads, to a breakthrough. And fortunately, I was supported by Karen and Carol. And after I had a really good cry, it seemed like I was able to then easily step into like, oh, I remember, I know what it's all about, because I kind of went off the path, which we all do. And so just having that release and getting clear again about what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing, then I stepped into that vibration of like, of course I'm receiving incredible wealth in lots of different ways, not just financially. And then I went into my gratitude journal and I wrote my checks, and I did those practices again to solidify what I know deep inside me, in my bones, in my cells, in my soul. And I want you to have that too. I want you to have that essence and that feeling, and also to know there's going to be those times where you are going to freak out about your finances and you are going to have those breakdowns. But the breakdown will lead you to the next evolution of your growth, because that's what we're really here doing. We're all just growing. We're all here supporting one another. We sometimes get out our magic wands and we help each other to be enlightened, to be knowledgeable, to learn more, to embrace our magnificence. And so I want to really be able to use this program to up-level you into that awareness. So consciousness, awareness, knowledge, those are the things. Which leads me to my logo. I was working with a client and she was asking me about logos. And I had a friend that designed this logo for me several years ago when I was rebranding. And I really find that this logo resonates with me more and more. Not only does it have, by the way, today is August 8th of 2018. So there's that infinity, but also the arms are going up and down as well. And to me, I want to be able to have this practical knowledge that I can impart and empower women, especially in their business, so that they can be rooted and grounded and stable and assured in what they're doing in their business. But also all the bliss stuff, right? All the energy, all of the alignment, all of the connection to source, the connection to your soul, what you're here for, and being able to be in alignment with that in your true purpose. So the bliss and the business, that goes together, the yin and the yang, the heaven and the earth. I'm going to open it up and just see, does anybody have any questions? I'm just going to unmute everybody and just see if anybody has any questions or comments. Oops. Oh, Lindsay, see? You're spinning.
Oh, there I am. I'm trying to figure out this. I'm on both my iMac and my iPhone, and I'm not sure what is picking up, but I just wanted to say that I think it's really cool that you talked about just having a breakdown, and just being so honest and vulnerable.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, we all have.
I've used Jocelyn as my accountant. She's awesome. Just wanted to say that. I'm going to listen to her. I can't wait. So, yeah.
Yeah, both Emily and Jocelyn are so knowledgeable and they're so connected. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so and there'll be lots of times for question and answers during the session. We are going to make it about 45 minutes. We'll see who's on, who wants to do what as far as any kind of interaction or anything like that. I'm just going to mute you all again. So I have a couple of exciting, first of all, if you want to register, you just go to the blissfulbusinessmentorship.com, go to Work With Me, which is group programs, is under Work With Me, group programs. And there you'll see the little ducks, get your financial ducks in a row. There's also the Prosperous Money Mindset from last month that you can join as well. What happens is that you register, it's $160, you register, and then you'll be able to set up an account. And with that account, you'll have your own password that you'll be able to create, and that will give you access because we're going to be putting in, like we did Prosperous Money Mindset, all kinds of materials. The sessions will be recorded, such as this one, so that you can go in and listen to them anytime, and then you'll have that available to you forever and ever. So that is how that works. And I am offering 3 scholarships. I used to do this when I did my yoga teacher training. I would gift several up and coming teachers to the training. So if you are interested in applying for a scholarship, I do have a business application, and all you have to do is just email me, bb@liveblissful.com. It is also Blissful Business Mentorship. You can find Work With Me on there as well. But just get a hold of me. Let me know that you're interested in this program, and then I'll send you the application and also Zoom. We'll schedule a time to get together and we'll have a Zoom conversation. Oh, that sounds funny. We'll have a conversation over Zoom, and I'll make sure that you qualify as a candidate and you can be part of this program as well. So that is the offer on all of that, and just want to see if there's anything else that anybody has to share or wants to comment. Are you excited? Isn't this kind of an exciting topic now?
Oh, it is.
Yes. Karen,
can you hear me? I did my taxes for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, because my husband always did my taxes, so I didn't know. So yeah, and it was very empowering. Just to do it, just to know about it, and it was exciting.
Good for you. Let's all applaud. Awesome. And that's the other, thank you. That's the other thing that's powerful about a group, because you see and hear the success or the breakdown of anybody. And when that happens, it actually brings us all together in our own growth, individually and as a group. So it is really powerful to share. So thank you. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. And thank you all very much for being on the call. And I really appreciate all of you being here and taking the steps to empower yourself in your business. Thank you. Much bliss.